Hey, what's up guys, my name is Anand and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how you can use artificial intelligence in digital marketing. Now, pretty much everyone has been using the tool ChatGPT, and there's so many new tools that's coming up every day that's helping marketers in terms of writing, copywriting, editing, even creating videos, research, advertising, analytics, and so much more, right? So I want to take a moment and explain or give like 5 areas that you can start using or start thinking about how AI and machine learning can help in digital marketing. So the first one is personalized customer experience. Now, if you think about this, there are so much of content and activity that a brand needs to do in order to reach out to existing customers and acquire new customers, right? But if you are not able to provide customer service to your existing customers, then there's going to be high churn rate. So you can actually create AI powered chatbots that can act like 24 by 7 customer service agents. Now they can help answer frequently asked questions, they can pull up records of their customers, they can take care of answering when the order will be shipped or the estimated arrival time, or answer any product related questions. So AI powered chatbots is a great example. The next one is predictive product recommendation based on customer behavior. Now, everyone has shopped on Amazon, so you know how the recommendation section works. But what if you can use AI to create your own product recommendation? This is great for you to upsell and cross sell. The third example is real-time personalized content and offers. Now everyone builds website, everyone will produce content, blogs, press release, that's all fine. But what if you can take into consideration their previous time spent on page, their newsletter preferences, and many other signals to really, create personalized content and offers. That's a great example of how you can really enhance your overall customer experience, right? Now, one example I can give is Amazon's personalized product recommendation based on browsing and purchase history is a great example, and there are tons of case studies and even like technical documents on how they do that. So I highly recommend going through those content if you want to learn how big brands like Amazon do that and try to replicate it for your business. All right, the next example where AI can help in digital marketing is targeted advertising. Now, when it comes to budget, everyone is limited to what they get in terms of the financial planning, right? You won't have unlimited budget, and secondly, you cannot compete with major brands that have pretty high spending. So if you want to be getting more return on ad spend, then it's important to utilize AI. And how AI can help is it can power audience segmentation and targeting. It can um, come up with like predictive bidding for programmatic advertising. So again, I wouldn't recommend getting into programmatic advertising, but at least it can throw some anomaly detection saying that hey, so and so keywords is helping you to get more conversions, why don't you increase the bid for those keywords? So that's a perfect example of how you can use AI. Then finally, it can help you with automated optimization of ad creative and placement. Now, brands like Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, they keep on adding new placements. A placement is basically where your ad will be displayed. So if you want to automate the optimization for each and every placements, that's a great example of how you can use AI. And finally, a brand that uses AI to do this is Coca-Cola's targeted ads on social media. It's a great example, and I think you should check out their website and some of the case studies that people have written about how Coca-Cola does targeted ads using AI. All right, the next one is data-driven insights. Now, this is actually a no-brainer because if you are a digital marketer, I think every single optimization step needs to be focused based on data. So, with tools that allow you to analyze that data in terms of reporting, dashboard, predictive insights, they all help towards decision making. So you can use Google's AI powered analytics to track and measure campaign performance. Even if you use very simple tool like Google Analytics 4, on the right hand side you can basically ask questions, how much were the number of users this month, how many users we had last month, and can you do a comparison. So that's again using simple AI and insights for making data driven decisions. Now, the fourth example I can give is content optimization. Now, I already mentioned about tools like ChatGPT, but there are so many other tools that will allow you to create content for copywriting. But you can take it a step further where you can automate the optimization of blogs and social media post. And then in the first point, I touched earlier on predictive content recommendation based on audience segments. So again, great examples of how you can use content optimization. Now, one example I can give is Adobe's AI-powered content creation tool, which is Adobe Sensei. And there are a few other tools out there that can, if you have a Drupal-based website, I think Aqua Cloud has something similar where you can create like personalized content. So basically, if you are a user from certain country, the banner image on the homepage will change, something like that. So you don't have to use expensive tools. You can build those logics if you have an existing content management system and make it a little bit more, interactive. And finally, I would say e-commerce optimization is the last example I would say where AI can help really, really, it can be super helpful. So I think one area that AI can help is product categorization. Now, we already spoke about product recommendation, but when it comes to big e-commerce stores that has thousands and thousands of products, you can use AI to categorize and self-tag and create like category pages. So that's again a good example. Predictive pricing and inventory management is another example. So an AI can crawl through the internet and it can compare the price of the product from across like different brands, and it can then throw a indication or maybe a recommendation saying you need to reduce this price to be on par with other brands. So if like, say for example, like you buy dog food and you have your own branded e-commerce store, then you can actually ensure that your pricing is at least in line with what brands like Chewy's and pet foods and all other companies use, right? So that's again an example of how pricing can be managed. Then a simple example is if you have a Shopify store, they already do fraud detection, but you can take it a step further where you can do automated fraud detection and prevention. So that way you will not end up in a situation where your product has been shipped and then later on realize that it was a fraudulent transaction. So a brand that uses AI for e-commerce is Walmart. They use AI-powered inventory management to optimize like product, availability and pricing. So these are some examples I wanted to share of how AI can be utilized in digital marketing. Now, the specifics of how to implement them will depend on how much in terms of digital maturity your brand is. If you're starting from scratch, then I would say using simple tools that is open source would be the best choice, and then you can slowly start documenting the return on investment for those tools, and then invest in much more expensive tools. So there's a lot of like steps, and I think a digital maturity model, if you don't know what that is, I would highly recommend googling it. It's a nice graph that says like where your brand is currently and where you're heading. Yeah, those are some steps that you can take. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, in terms of how AI can help in digital marketing. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section, and I will see you next time. Thank you.